In the first series, I began unravelling the story of this spectacular and historic nation by travelling from Athens, around the Peloponnese and up to the Ionian Islands. It took in parts of the country that lots of tourists know well, but in amongst the popular places were hidden gems undiscovered by the holidaying masses. This series, I'm back on board my beautiful boat Mianozoi and heading to a region of Greece I haven't spent much time in. The plan is to skip between the islands, taking in the sights of the northern Aegean. It'll be a journey of discovery where I'll be digging deeper into the fabric that makes Greece so unique and immersing myself in a centuries-old culture unlike anywhere else on Earth. In this episode, I continue my time in Samothrace. It's an island frequented by adventure and nature lovers alike. It was also home to one of the most well-known statues in the world, which is where I'm headed to first. A short drive from the port town of Kamariotis, on the northern coast of Samothrace, lies the ancient temple complex known as the Sanctuary of the Gods. From what was an expansive and elaborate series of structures, now remains scattered ruins, with but a few columns left standing. However, archaeologists have been studying this location for centuries, and from the limited remnants, they've been able to paint an accurate picture of what this sacred complex looked like. Painstaking exploration has even enabled them to learn about the captivating rituals that were carried out here. I was lucky enough to be escorted around the ruins by one of the researchers that has been working on the excavations for over 20 years.
Oh, this place is magical. It is in this wonderful valley and it faces out towards the sea. So you have the mountain, the sea, the valley, the wonderful but very dangerous stream that bisects right through the center of the place. And they recognized it as special. And a place where the gods were and consecrated it to the great gods. These gods offered remarkable blessings. They, to the initiates, offered protection at sea and the opportunity for moral improvement. You became a better person by virtue of undergoing initiation into the rites of the great god.
I hear also that Alexander the Great's parents met here or something, is that right?
Indeed they did, yes. Olympias and Philip II met, and their marriage contract was likely brokered here.
Right.
And of course they gave birth to Alexander the Great.
And I understand that happened all here at Therma, is that right?
Well, you know, somewhere on this island, it seems, we were pretty sure that they went through initiation, so they were here at the sanctuary.
You know, Alexander, the Sanctuary of the Great Gods, that great Mount Saos that changes the weather every minute. It's a pretty special island, this one, isn't it?
Oh, it vibrates. This is, everyone who comes here can't always quite put their finger on it, but they know it's different and special. And they leave saying, that was amazing.
And you know, I came here a little bit underwhelmed, but you see this mountain and the changing weather and you see stuff like this is absolutely awesome. I mean, you get paid to do this, don't you?
Yes.
Well over 2,000 years ago, pilgrims searching for a better, safer future would come here from all parts of Greece and beyond to undertake the famous initiation. This involved travelling from temple to temple in a sacred process, with encounters that revealed symbols and revelations, cleansing the body and mind. The initiate would provide offerings to the gods and would then witness ritual dancing. Wine flowed freely, quite often leading to intoxication, followed by the confessing of sins. Reminds me of a big Saturday night in my 20s. I've got to keep up with you.
Yeah. As you can see, there's tons of material. It's just not in...
It's everywhere.
Yeah, it's overwhelming, actually.
Wow.
We have a hard time...
So we don't know really where this piece goes, do we?
Oh, we do. We know exactly. We know. We can place every single one of these.
Is that right?
There's a real difference between Greek and Roman architecture. Roman architecture is magnificent, and it's all about spaces. So it's made of concrete, and they form these huge domes and space. But Greek architecture, every block is custom cut to fit a particular position.
So the Greeks were better at putting these things together than the Romans?
With different objectives. Totally different objectives.
But they were better, weren't they? Come on. We're selling Greece here, right?
We're selling Greece. But you know, the Greek, in terms of skill in handling materials and fineness of crafting, there's just nobody better than the Greeks.
Then nobody better than the Greeks?
Nobody better than the Greeks.
So what's amazing, there's random stones everywhere here, and yet we know where every single piece comes from.
Yeah.
And we've got to thank people like Michael and you for that, eh?
Yeah, well, and the many students who work with us to record all the dimensions and the fine spots and all the seats were preserved.
Right.
And then they just disappeared between.
So this was a theatre, was it?
This is a theatre,
Oh,
and
doesn't this look absolutely magnificent?
amazing? Yeah.
So the theatre was here, and that was the Archeon, what do you call it?
Well, that was the Huron, and then
Huron?
the altar court was kind of a Skene, and then behind it all was the Victory.
There she stood.
Yeah.
Well, let's go out and have a look.
Okay.
So, Bonner, this is where the Nike, or the Nika as you call her, she stood here.
She did. She
This
was.
is where it all began.
Yeah. Or where it all ended. Remember,
Where it all ended, yeah.
she was our last great monument.
And she's now in Paris, obviously. Here?
She is right here. So facing into the sanctuary.
So if you got a Rolls Royce, obviously I haven't got the bus that she had. If you got a Rolls Royce or the Nike shoes, which should be Nike, but anyway, this is where it all started. Is that right?
It is.
And she's now in Paris at the Louvre.
But if you want to know where she stood,
Come
why
here.
she stood, come here.
This is better. This is better. Should we move on?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Standing here where Nike stood, the goddess of victory, and looking down on the sanctuary and listening to what you said to me today, that message you delivered about the sanctuary of the great gods, I want to go back and learn more. I really have to say thank you very much for taking the time to spend some time with us.
Well, it's been my pleasure, and thank you for sharing Samothrace with so many others.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
You know what? I could look at this all day long.
Yeah, I know. It's why I stay.
Yeah! When you're climbing the mountains and walking the hiking trails in Greece, or anywhere for that matter, you need to get sustenance. And I don't want to carry lots of things around, apples and fruit. You want to pack it in tight. So I like to take a bar with me. The problem is, in the islands, it's hard to find a decent bar. So Kyriako makes them for me. We call it the Kyriako bar. And in front of us, we have all the ingredients. Now, τι έχουμε εδώ?
Πολλά πράγματα. Μέσα στην ενέργεια, όλα. Έχει σπόρους, έχει φρούτα αποξηραμένα και ένα φρούτο φρέσκο.
And all this other stuff. So let me go through it. Why don't I go through it? What we've got here is sunflower seeds, we've got almonds, we've got pumpkin seeds, we've got cashews, pistachios, almond butter, goji berries, cranberries, coconut oil, oats, honey, cinnamon, hemp seeds, wow, shredded apple, dates, and maca powder. And all this put together, cooked and stuff. What are we going to do now?
Θα βάλουμε όλα μας τα υγρά και θα τα ζεστάνουμε λιγάκι.
Okay.
Για να μπορέσουν να είναι όλα αυτά.
Να αρχίσουμε. So what we do is we get all the wet stuff. Άρχισε.
Βάλουμε όλα τα υγρά.
So we put all the wet stuff in. So it's got the coconut oil going in, the honey's going in, and the almond butter's going in, and we're heating it up. Not too hot, is that right?
Θα ρίξουμε το υγρό εδώ μέσα στο
So we take this heated emulsion, stick it in this glass bowl, and now we just mix everything together, is that right? It's pretty simple, isn't it? Now, I don't think you have to have these in exact measures, really. No one's really you start mixing, Kyriako. I'll do this. Now, let me do something, okay? Let me do something. You keep mixing, okay?
Yes.
Let me have a go at this. Awesome. Yeah, that's it. Okay, the maca powder. That's a key. You don't want to lose that. You can use different nuts and fruits and things, but you can just get that out there. Thanks.
Thank you.
But when it comes to the maca powder, you need the maca powder. We don't put the apple in too early, because if we put the apple in too early, it'll bruise. It looks a bit bruised because it's been sitting there for a while. Cameraman took forever to prepare. Don't laugh. Right. Okay, you ready? And then we put the apple in, and a bit of cinnamon. Is that too much? Sorry.
No.
Sorry.
No.
I'll blame you when it doesn't taste good. But then again, I'm the one eating it, and the cameraman, and our production assistant, and the soundy. And if they don't like it, tough. It's the way it is. All right. Now have a look at this. Can we just show?
Yes.
Have a look at that. Look at that stuff. Ooh. Wow, this is easy. After this, after he flattens it out, it's going to go in the oven at 160 degrees for about 20 minutes. But we don't want it to cook, do we?
Όχι, να αφυδατωθεί.
I've got no idea what that means, but we don't want it to cook. Thank you. Do you know the English translation?
Oh.
No. Well, there you go. Up. All right. And we put this on top now.
Ναι, just...
Awesome stuff.
Απλά το πιέζουμε και τέλος.
I'm going to take Kyriako home to Australia with me. Hey? You want to come to Australia with me?
Of course.
Yeah, of course. I don't think you have any choice. I think Kyriako will fit in my bag. You'll fit in my bag? Yeah.
I don't think so.
You know?
Okay. Λοιπόν.
All right, now we put it in the oven. I'll put it in the oven, okay?
Okay.
So it's been 20 minutes and we're going to pull it out of the oven to let it cool. But, oh, wow, that looks good. Ooh, ωραίο, eh? So we're going to turn it over?
Yeah,
let's turn it over.
Κρύος.
Okay. You're going to do this by yourself? Ooh, this is very professional. It's like a pancake. Oh, I think we've broken it a bit though, but it's not a big deal because the broken bit on the side, I'm just going to take it in. Oh, that is awesome, man. That is so good. Oh, man. You're the best, mate. You know that? That is so good. Now, there are people in the bleachers, so we want them to taste it as well. Specifically, Paige, who helped with the recipe. So, what do you think?
Well, it has to be pretty good if I did it.
Go, Paige. Come on, Jen.
Yeah.
Ioana, our production assistant here, manager. What do you think?
It's good. Amazing.
Pretty cool.
Really toasty.
Well, I'm going up the mountain now. One of these Kiriako bars in a bottle of water sustains me for a good 3 or 4 hour hike. We might have to get these things into the supermarkets. They could be the next big thing in natural sports nutrition. From the confines of the ship's kitchen to the wide, open spaces of the island's interior, with one of Kiriako's bars in my pack, I took to the trails for a rainforest walk with the Vice President of Sustainable Samothrace, Yorgos Maskalidis. Yorgo, when someone told me there was rainforests in Greece, I did not believe them. But now I look at this is paradise, man.
It is paradise. Here, the north side of the island is so unique, so different from the south. All the humidity is kept by the mountain at the north, and you see those giant plane trees and the fern in the openings. It's really amazing. The water creates a completely different landscape here.
It's completely different to the other side of the island.
Yes.
Unbelievable. We've got 3 or 4 ecosystems here
Yeah.
in 17 kilometres.
Yes, yes, microclimate is dominant all over the island.
So, Yorgo, I understand that the running waters here from the mountain are only one of 3 within a kilometre radius. Is that right? 3 different waters?
Yes, yes, yes. We have the running water from the mountain. We have the volcanic water to the thermal springs. And then we also have the salt water from the sea.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So you've got 3 different waters literally within a kilometre radius.
Exactly.
That must be a very rare ecosystem.
I think so, yeah.
Should we keep going?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go.
This is awesome. Oh, Yorgo, wow. 5 or 10 minutes into the walk and we've got this. It's fantastic, isn't it?
It is, it is.
Let's keep moving. I want to see more.
Yes.
There are countless hiking trails across the island, each varying in their difficulty and the landscapes that they explore. In this instance, I opted for a more casual route. As much as I like a challenge, sometimes it's nice to be able to just really absorb the scenery. It was an incredibly peaceful setting, with a bubbling stream and sounds of the wind in the trees filling the air. I can understand why Yorgo comes up here on almost a daily basis. Man, and you can drink this water, right?
Yeah.
Let's test it out and see what it's like, eh? Oh, so soft, the water's beautiful here. So, if you wanted to trek, you could trek right through there.
Yes, 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 you can. But it's better now. We have to take our clothes.
No, we're not going to do that, mate.
No,
we're not going to do that for many, many reasons.
Yes, yes.
But this is more than just a hike. This is a real trek, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fantastic, man. So let's do the easy way up there, eh?
Yeah.
I'm not usually the kind of guy that takes the easy option, but in this instance, I had a camera crew to think about. At least that's the excuse I'm going with. To be honest, the mountain water wasn't exactly warm. The goats here are not just mountain climbers, they're tree climbers because they're looking for food wherever they can. I'm no scientist, but I think I've worked out the reason why the best restaurants in Athens serve Samothracian goat. These mountain dwellers have become gymnasts and have obviously developed far superior DNA, which makes them taste better too. Hey boys. Hey. Even after we've gone out of the canopy, we're coming up here into the open and it's still very lush. It's beautiful.
It is.
Oh, and here's the sea.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's just stop here for a moment because it's starting to get warm. I might take my jacket off. What do you think?
Me too.
And just enjoy the sea. Yeah, and the view.
The view is amazing.
It's spectacular, isn't it?
It is lush, but you see, the fern, although it adds to the scenery, it hides a risk for the regeneration of the forest because it becomes so dense and then the seedlings from the trees cannot survive easily. As you can see, we have old trees here that died and we can't see new trees coming up.
And this is part of your work, right?
Yes.
You know, you're a forestry professional and you are the vice president of the Sustainable Samothrace
Association.
So you're looking specifically at this sort of stuff?
Yes. I mean, for the environment, everything is important and everything has its place. But you really want to recognize the places where there you have a risk or it is okay, there you should do something, there you should leave it grow, continue, evolve by itself. It's just an indicator, so you know how to manage the ecosystem sustainably.
Man, you have a big responsibility, buddy. It's awesome.
It is a big responsibility, but it's...
Someone's got to do it, mate.
Someone's got to do it. Yeah.
If you don't do it, God knows what'll happen. Yorgo gives more than just his time to preserve this pristine environment. He puts his heart and soul into it. To him, maintaining this habitat is just as important as preserving the archaeological sites around the island. The ruggedness of Samothrace, the amount of water that comes down these mountains, constantly changes the landscape. Yorgo's gone up front ahead just to have a look to make sure it's safe. It's not the sort of place you want to come on your own and follow a trail because the trail has to change all the time. And I tell you what, I'm shit scared. The constant rain eroded the trail. In some parts, it had completely vanished due to landslides. I'm going that way. You had to carefully pick your way through the rubble. One wrong step and you'd end up in the gorge below. The local residents, meaning the goats, are actually part of the problem. They eat almost everything, which in turn destabilises the earth, so it simply washes away. How many goats do you think there are on Samothrace?
At the moment, it's difficult to estimate, but I would say something within 50 to 60,000 animals, goats and sheep.
Goats and sheep, 50 to 60,000.
Yeah.
Man, that's a lot of goats. Wow. Wow. Yorgo, it's so rugged and yet so quiet. There's nobody here. Yeah. It's amazing. It's almost romantic, you know? It's the sort of place you bring your wife, or if you're not married, your lover. You know, I can understand now why Alexander the Great was conceived in this region, hey?
Yeah.
Amazing, man. Yeah. The ruggedness, you know, the ruggedness of Alexander the Great and that romance here. It's awesome. I almost think I should bring Helen here tomorrow. What do you think?
Yes.
I can come here without you now, eh?
Yes.
Look at this.
It's amazing.
It is amazing, man. It's amazing. Hello, Yorgo. You want to share a Kyriakou bar with me?
Yes, I would love to.
It's very natural, mate. Here you go. That's what's left of it. Take it. Take it all, mate. Take it all. I've eaten the rest of it.
Okay.
Look at that. And I'll have the crumbs. This is a life, man.
Yeah.
This is a life. A short walk back and we found the third source of water in the area. And these ones were a stark contrast to the cold mountain streams. After a long day of walking through the forest, nice to come and get the thermal waters. Now, I could have gone to the commercial job, the big building around the corner that's covered and all set up for the 5-starers. But I like to be out here with everybody else in that little small one. I'm in this 35-degree warm water from the volcanic, subterranean, God knows what, coming up here, but it's awesome, it feels great. This is where Alexander was conceived, Alexander the Great, around here in these thermal waters. 2,500, well, 2,200 years ago, something like that anyway. Beautiful. I couldn't think of a better way to end a day of hiking than with a soothing bath in one of Mother Nature's hot springs. The tallest mountain in the Aegean is Mount Saos. Here in Samothrace, not only can you see it from every part of the island, but it pretty much is the island. Clouds frequently cloak the summit, providing the rain that gives the island its tapestry of streams and waterfalls. As a result, there's an abundance of green wherever you look. We're on the south part of the island, and behind me is a spot called Tapanhat des Grias, which is the clothes of the old lady, and in front of me is Cremastos, a waterfall. There's that much water coming off the mountain. All year round, the water's running down this little waterfall, and it's summer, and it's still coming down. Come winter, it's gushing down, and a lot of guys canyon down here. A bit crazy, but if you come here in July and August, you can come around here for a swim and have a shower under the beautiful fresh water of the mountain while you're sitting in salt water. It's awesome here. Now, if I was a bit younger and a bit stronger, I'd be climbing up there, in my dreams anyway. Up there. Travelling further along the coast, we made our way to one of the most popular beaches on the island, Bahia Amos. But going for a swim was secondary to the real reason for dropping anchor here. I'd heard about a lookout that couldn't be missed, and while a swim was on the agenda, I had some exploring to do first. Most of these people were oblivious to what was on the mountain behind them. You need inside info to find the best spots in Greece. That said, relaxing on a beach on the island's drier southern coast is a pretty good way to spend your day. Wow, I just had to stop and show you this view. Have a look at that, eh? Isn't it beautiful? But we've got a long way to go to see something very special. Bye, Mathanasi. I didn't have transport planned, so I asked a couple of locals. In no time at all, Thanasi, a goat herder, volunteered to take me up. He went out of his way for absolutely nothing in return. It's the type of unconditional kindness you often encounter on small Greek islands. We call it philokimo. When you travel around the world, the best real estate is generally left for hotels, high-class restaurants, or luxury homes. But in Greece, we reserve these for churches. Have a look at this beauty. Perched on the edge of sheer rock faces, the aptly named Panagia Klimnotissa is a sight to behold. The name translates to Virgin Mary on the cliffs that surround it. It's not much of a walk from the car, but I'll tell you what, it's worth the drive up here. I better pay my respects and light a candle though. Wow, it's a beautiful little church. Let's see if it's open. We're in luck. Every church in Greece has a story. Many of them seem strangely similar. Legend has it, shepherds found the icon of the Virgin Mary near the beach below. To protect it, they placed it in a cave. But when they returned the following day, the icon was on a rock at the edge of the cliff. So it was decided that this should be the location of the chapel. I think I've heard this one before. You know, it's a warm day. But what's good about this church is the best beach on the island, Bahia Amos, is right down there, and that's where I'm going right now. Have a dip, just over 300 metres high, the views from the church no doubt inspire awe in the visiting faithful. The journey up is well worth the effort and also a great way to work up an appetite.
And what's good is when you're finished at Panagia Krimiotis, you can come down just 10 metres to the coffee shop of Manolis, and you'll have some of his mizithra with honey, which is the ricotta cheese. Let's see what it's like. He reckons it's good. He makes it himself. He makes the honey himself and the cheese himself. And I'll tell you now, Manoli, amani kalo, it's here. Oh, that's awesome. It gets you straight away. Bravo, Dan. Bravo. Ωραίο πράγμα. Να σε καλά, έτσι. Τίποτα. That's great. That's fantastic, man.
It might seem simple, but the Greek go-to snack is a strong coffee, fresh mizithra cheese with a drizzle of honey. But I needed a bit more to ease my hunger and knew just the place. Like the church, it took local knowledge to discover this little gem. It came recommended by Yorgo, who took me hiking the day before. It's where the locals go for a bite, so it must be good.
I looked at your menu and I saw a number of goat recipes. How many different goat recipes do you serve here?
It's more to 25.
25
Yes.
goat recipes.
Yes.
And I love the honey goat.
Thank you.
And the
Thank
plum goat's good. And the stuffed goat. We're going to have the stuffed goat tonight.
you. Tonight, yes.
We're
This is
supposed to come here just to see the stuffed goat, but we couldn't help it. We had to eat as well, you know. So this is the provincial dish of Samothrace, which is stuffed goat with rice and all sorts of herbs, and it's also got all the guts in there as well. Intestines, you name it. Now, Mrs. Dina is opening it up so we can have a look inside. Because we've started cooking it, we're a bit here late, we're a bit late. Αυτά είναι σηκώτη, έτσι.
Ναι,
Σηκώτη
σηκώτη με σηκωταριά και
Σηκωταριά.
δυόσμο
και δυόσμο. Πόση ώρα θέλει να μεγριχτεί?
4 με 5 ώρες σιγά σιγά θέλει για να πιάσει μια κρούστα ωραία, μια πέτσα επάνω.
Πόσους βαθμούς?
200 βαθμούς.
4 or 5 hours, 200 degrees, and we're going to be eating this tonight. Awesome, man. Το βγάνεις το μετά?
Το γυρίζομαι.
Το γυρίζεις, okay. She's going to turn it later on. I'm starved now. Let's go and have something to eat. Now, even before lunch. Ευχαριστώ, Dina. Ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ.
The sun was setting low in the sky, which meant only one thing. Dinner would soon be served.
Και το χρώμα, λέω, φαίνεται είναι... Δεν καμία σχέση με αυτό που παίρνεις από ένα κρεοπόλι και αυτά. Αυτό είναι εδώ πέρα.
He's saying the colour is the key. The colour is, there is nothing like this. It's awesome. And you know, as the Greeks say, moskovolai, it's... Oh, I can't wait.
Σου έρχονται όλοι...
Τι?
Σου έρχονται όλα.
Μπορείς να το κάνεις και εσύ αυτό για μένα, το μου κάνεις?
Όχι τόσο καλό.
Okay, I just want to check and say...
Πάντα με το κόκαλο.
Oh, man.
Όσο μπορούμε.
This is awesome.
Να σου βάλω
That's my piece.
Αυτά τα θέλεις? Αυτά τα θέλεις?
Βεβαίως τα θέλω, man.
Ορίστε.
She asked me if I want them. I said, of course I want them. They're the best bits, man. Look at those guys. Look at those guys there. They're awesome. Look at that. It's coming. It just peels off. It just peels off. Oh. That is so nice.
90% of what you eat here is grown or raised by the owners of this fine establishment. The goats, chickens, vegetables, olives, and even the olive oil come from the pens and fields surrounding the restaurant. It doesn't get any fresher.
Waterfall walks. I love them, man. I love the waterfalls. They're the best.
While there were over 28 goat recipes at the tavern, which is perfect for a carnivore like me, they also had a smorgasbord of vegetarian dishes that more than satisfied Helen. The tastes, colours, textures and aromas were something I'd never experienced before. It was all washed down with a local wine amidst banter and laughs that filled the air.
Oh, man.
The honey goat was my pick of the menu. Then again, I only managed to try a few of the numerous options available. There's another 20 or so goat recipes left for me to taste, so I guess I'll have to come back. And I did.
The honey. The honey. The honey, the honey, the honey. Yeah, you can. The honey, the honey, the honey, the honey, honey.
Fantastic food and wonderful company to share it with. There are a few better ways to end a day. Completing the picture of an authentic Greek dinner, Yorgos serenaded us. The sounds of bouzouki and singing took me back to my childhood, visiting Greece with my parents or celebrating special occasions. It was a perfect setting, and the whole experience reinforced why I'm doing this. Sharing these intimate experiences with my family and giving my son the type of cultural influences I too had fills me with pride and joy. I could have sat there all night, gorging myself on goat, chatting, singing and dancing, but I had an early start the following day. On my final morning in Samothrace, I sat gazing at Mount Saos, thinking of all those who would have done the same before me. For thousands of years, others too would have marvelled at nature's creation. And to this day, very little in this scene would have changed.
If you like lots of beaches, 5-star hotels, all those commercial stores, Samothrace is not the place to come to. But if you like adventure, and you like to walk and hike, and you want to see people in their raw status, and the food is absolutely awesome here. It's not just organic, but you feel like you've gone back 150 years. This is the place to come. I will definitely come back to Samothrace. It's not for everybody. I don't know if it's for you, but it's definitely for me.
From a small, almost unknown island, we travelled around 50 kilometres south to a large, well-established one, Limnos. Our first stop was the northern end of the island, at the Bay of Kotsina. It's a quiet anchorage with a small fishing fleet and barely a soul in sight. You can immediately see a stark difference between this place and Samothrace. The towering Mount Saos had been replaced by much flatter terrain, dominated by farmland. And where one island was famed for its goats, this one is known for the grain that's grown in the fertile soil. There's also plenty of other things that make Limnos a great place to visit, and I've got the best part of a week to unearth them. Overlooking the bay is a church named Zodochoupihi. It was built in the 1950s where a fortress once stood, and later I'll show you something special below it.
They call this the Windy Island, and I like that because during the heat of summer, there's always a breeze to keep you cool. We've just travelled 30 miles south from Samothrace, all the way to Kotsina in Limnos. Limnos has a large military presence, and as a result, tourism has slowed down. But I think that's why it's kept its old world charm. It's primarily volcanic and has one of the oldest cities in all of Europe. They also say that when you come to Limnos, you cry twice. Once when you arrive and once when you leave. Now, I've been here for about an hour, and I've been told some stories that may get me there. This town, population of only 10 people. So it doesn't take long to hear the stories. This statue of an 18-year-old girl, 1478. Her father, a general, defending this bay from the Turks, was killed with a sword. She held him in her arms, pulled the sword out, and then went and attacked the Turks. She inspired the villagers around her. They ended up defeating the Turks. Now, if that doesn't bring a tear to your eye, I don't know what will.
In no way am I trying to demonise the Turks. Those were different times, and we now talk of forgiveness as we move forward in a more peaceful world. However, while most of Greece is now free from the impacts of our neighbour to the east, here in Limnos there are constant reminders of the tension that still exists between the two nations. This in part is the reason why stories like this are still relevant to the people of the island.
Yeah, this is going to be not easy because not only do I suffer from heights, but I also suffer from closed spaces. I'm glad they turned the lights on.
Deep in the bowels of that church I mentioned earlier is a well. Locals visit it to drink the holy water.
I feel like the whole place is going to fall in on me.
This is all that remains of the 13th century fortress that once stood here.
I've done my good deed for the day. Better put it back. And get out of here, because I feel like it'll all close in on me. Let's go, come you go, let's go. This morning we got up early and left Kotsina, heading northeast to come around to Mirina. But we saw this beautiful beach, Romati Beach, and we just had to stop here. In actual fact, there's a lot of sea life here. As we pulled the anchor up, we got a lobster on the anchor. It was absolutely magnificent. I'll tell you, I want to stay here, but we're really busy and we've got to move on. Look at it, it's beautiful.
These unexpected discoveries are often highlights of a journey, but here in Greece they occur all too frequently. Around every corner there's something to explore, which leads to the schedule going out the window and the crew in a panic. However, it's generally worth it because what you unearth can be incredibly memorable and totally change your perception of a place. Take these old fortifications for example. They're remnants from the 1970s, when tensions between Greece and Turkey were at their peak. They were built around the coastline out of fear of invasion, and eventually abandoned when the conflict subsided. They're a powerful contrast to the peace and serenity of the landscape that surrounds. A short distance from the beach and military ruins was another awesome sight, only this one I knew about. The sand dunes in Romati, known as Pachias Amougies, cover an expanse of about 14 acres. Yeah, they're not quite as grand as the Sahara, but I'm told still the largest desert in Europe.
Can't believe this. Sand dunes in the middle of the beautiful blue Greek islands. Now, if I didn't film this, no one would believe me. Check it out. It's unbelievable. And here I was, gonna spend the morning on the beach. This is awesome. You don't have to travel far either. Go to Australia, you have to travel 1,000 kilometres to get this stuff. What's fantastic is that the sand gets finer as you get further inland. What's even more amazing is there's people over there, people walking through this. There's a beach back there and they're walking through this, can you believe it?
It's a unique environment and one that's not lost on tourists and filmmakers alike. It's often used as a movie location and for fashion shoots, or in the present day, for Instagram photos. The cool weather made for a comfortable stroll around the dunes. In the depths of summer, it would be scorching out here, with temperatures reaching well in excess of 30 degrees. The winds that constantly shape this mini desert also drain it of moisture, leaving a parched and desolate surface. It's quite a sight to behold, and a dramatic difference to the blue seawater and rolling green hills in the distance. Walking through this unusual landscape felt like I was in a foreign country. I thought Samothrace had diverse microclimates. However, one day in Limnos, and I knew that I was commencing a journey into a geographical kaleidoscope. From beaches and mountains to desert and fertile farmland, a vast array of environments shapes this island.
Samothrace is just over the horizon, not far away, the big, mountainous, beautiful island. Limnos is also volcanic, but it has its own personality, just like most Greek islands. These beautiful rolling hills, the greens, the yellows, the reds. It's absolutely magnificent. Here is the heart of her personality.
Two things that Samothrace has in abundance and Limnos lacks are rainforests and olive trees. In their place is fertile farmland covering almost all the arable space available. From coast to coast, across the rolling hills and plains, are fields of brown, green and gold, crops of every type. The harvest feeds the people of Limnos and the surrounding islands, with every season bringing with it different produce. This has been the case for many centuries. It's said to have been the granary of the Byzantines. Here they grew wheat, rye and other grains that were shipped around the empire. Little has changed in this regard, even today. This long agricultural heritage has shaped the island's culture, and provided income and identity for its inhabitants. It's this character and uniqueness that I'll be delving into over the coming days. The contrasts of Greece aren't often showcased. Most people know it as a land of beaches, churches and white-walled houses. They come here to party in Mykonos, drink cocktails in Santorini, or walk through the ruins of the Acropolis. That's all good and well, but it's these faraway, lesser-known islands that are the Greece of old. This is where you can do all of that and so much more. And what's even better is the quiet setting you can enjoy it all in. Mind you, I have to admit that on occasion, I do like a bit of action. As interesting as the history and cooking lessons are, I still like to get the heart rate up on occasion. In those instances, we drag out the wakeboard for a bit of fun behind the tender. Speaking of fun, next instalment features a whole lot more of exactly that as I continue making my way around Limnos. I'll be going from the new town of Myrina with its towering castle to one of the oldest settlements in Europe. Through those experiences, I'll tell you the story that surrounds 7,000 years of history. Plus, I'll be tasting the local cuisine and meeting the people that call this paradise home. Some of the locals I'll introduce you to lead lives a little more thrilling than others, but the common thread between them all is their passion for life in Limnos. It's not hard to see why they're so fond of the place. Hopefully, once I've shown you a little more of it, you too might feel the same.